If you ever think of buying good quality meat at unbeatable price, think Magilac Butchers, your only suitable solution for quality meat for you and your family consumption. Our comprehensive range of meat products include minced meat, beef slices, topside, knuckle, tenderloin, strip loin, and forequarter. We offer consistent value, quality, service through animals grass-fed and bred especially for their meat. This makes it much more tasty, succulent, tender, and easy to cook. All meats at Magilac Butchers are halal, including for the first time in the Gambia, the new Mongolian whole lamb, available only at Magilac Butchers. Rush now and visit Magilac Butchers on Caraba Avenue, opposite the Petrogas petrol station traffic lights. For inquiries and orders, please call 7688-688. That is 7688-688. Magilac Butchers, the home of quality meat and chicken products at unbeatable prices.
That the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Hi, my name is Buba and you're watching Kerr Fatou. This is your educational program and we're going to bring you junior school lessons. Get your kids prepared by giving them pen, pencil or a book. I hope you'll enjoy these lessons.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
We, the children and staff of Mary's Little Lamb School, are contributing this song to help in the fight and sensitization of coronavirus in the Gambia. Dear children, please listen to doctors' advices and the Ministry of Health to help stop the spread of this virus. Avoid handshakes, avoid social gatherings, wash your hands always with soap and clean water, stay at home, and if anyone around you is suspected of having the virus, the number to call is 1025.
1025.
Hello children!
Hello, Auntie Elsie.
Is coronavirus really dangerous?
Yes, it is. Coronavirus dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Coronavirus dangerous. Yes, it is, my children. Breathing handshake, no, 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 no. Breathing handshake, no, 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 my children. Breathe by hugging, no, 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 no. Breathe by hugging, no, 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 my children. Breathe with elbow, yes we can, yes we can, yes we can. Breathe with elbow, yes we can, yes we can, my children. Breathe with our legs, yes we can, yes we can, yes we can. Breathe with our legs, yes we can, yes we can, my children. Can we protect ourselves? Yes we must, yes we must. Can we protect ourselves? Yes we must, my children. Wash your hands with soap and water, yes we must, yes we must. Wash your hands with soap and water, yes we must, my children. Cough in our elbow, yes we must, yes we must, yes we must. Cough in our elbow, yes we must, yes we must, my children. Throw used to shoe in the bin, yes we must, yes we must. Throw used to shoe in the bin, yes we must, my children. Touching eyes, nose and mouth, no, 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 no. Touching eyes, nose and mouth, no, 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 my children. Coronavirus, go away, go away, go away. Coronavirus, go away forever. Coronavirus, go away, go away, go away. Coronavirus, go away forever.
Good day, wonderful viewers. I am your teacher, Mrs. Amijaite, who has come again to continue with our lesson. And today, we are going to be looking at punctuation marks. As you already know, punctuations are very, very important as they add meaning to our write-up. And what we have here says, a punctuation mark divides one sentence or one part of a sentence from the order to help the reader's eyes. What we are saying is that without the punctuation marks, it becomes highly difficult for someone to read and understand really what a particular write-up is saying, or to control the reading. It helps to control the reading. They also give other signals about our write-ups. In this session, we will explain the uses of the different punctuation marks that we have. You're going to have the opportunity to see the different punctuation marks that we have and their usage in English language. So there are different types of punctuation, and we are going to start with a full stop. Full stop is otherwise called a period. Now, a full stop or a period is used after a declarative or imperative sentence. Examples are below. She went to the office is a declarative sentence. She went to the office. So at the end of a declarative sentence, we are supposed to have a full stop there. Example B, close the door, please. That is an imperative sentence. Under imperative sentences, we have the positive imperative and we have the negative imperative. Now, close the door is a positive imperative. So we are supposed to have a full stop at the end of the please. C, I saw your sister yesterday is a declarative sentence, and at the end of the day, at the end of the sentence, we are supposed to have a full stop. Example D, wait me outside. Wait me outside is a negative imperative sentence that is also supposed to have a full stop at the end. So you should understand that punctuation mark, that is the full stop, comes after a declarative sentence and comes after an imperative sentence, be it negative or positive. The full stop or period is used after abbreviations and initials. It is used after abbreviated words and also used after initials. Example, MA, which is all supposed to be capitalized because it stands for something else. The MA, which means the Master of Arts, you are expected to have a period that is a full stop in between the M and the A. Also, HE, which means His Excellency, which is all supposed to be capitalized. Then between the H and the E, there is supposed to be a full stop there. Note, it is wrong to apply full stop when writing word-based acronyms such as GRTS, SSHFC, GPA, NAWEC, ECOWAS, WIEC, UNO, UNESCO, UNICEF. These words are not supposed to carry any full stop because they are base words. We will move on to the next punctuation mark, which is a question mark. A question mark is introduced at the end of an interrogative sentence. A question mark is used at the end of a question. Examples, who took my pen from my bag? This is a question and definitely should carry a question mark. Is that man your father? This is another question that should carry a question mark. Did you see him last night? This is a question and it has a question mark. When is going to be the next test? This is a question and there is a question mark. How many subjects did you credit is a question. So with all these things you have seen, these are all interrogative sentences and they should carry a question mark at the end, which of course they are having already. We will move to the next, which is the exclamatory mark. Exclamatory mark. We use an exclamation mark at the end of an exclamatory sentence, or we place an exclamation mark when we want to emphasize or express a sudden or strong feeling. Example, I scored the winning goal. It is a surprise, so definitely it should have an exclamation mark. B, bravo, you scored the winning point. These are supposed to have what? Exclamation marks. Look out! There should be an exclamatory mark at the end of it. Please help. There is supposed to be an exclamation mark in all the examples, which is already done. We will now move to the comma. It is used to separate 3 or more items in a series. It is used to separate words or group of words within a sentence. That is when you are listing, a comma is used. Example, the man kept cows, sheep, goats, and poultry. Before saying the man kept cows and goats and sheep and poultry, you can use the comma to separate them, and then the last item, then you can use the conjunction and to put them together. So that is why from cows we have a comma, sheep, before repeating the word and. We have sheep, then comma again, goats, and then and poultry. Example B, this particular guy plays so many games, football, tennis, basket, and hockey. But we cannot put an in between all of them. We definitely have to use a comma to separate the items. So he plays football, comma, tennis, comma, basketball, and hockey. C, Lamin, Fatou, and Bintou. These are three people. You cannot use the conjunction in all of them, but you can use a comma to separate them. Lamin, Fatou, and Bintou were promoted to a new class. So the comma is definitely used to separate items, or it is used to separate two or more items, or it is used to separate words or group of words within a sentence. Note, when two or more adjectives precede a noun, use a comma between the adjectives. We have adjectives on the board. A tall, thin, ugly. All these are describing one person. Tall is an adjective, thin is an adjective, ugly is an adjective. So we are going to use a comma in between. A tall, thin, ugly man entered the house. You cannot say a tall and thin and ugly man entered the house. But you can say a tall with a pause, thin with a pause, that is the comma, ugly man entered the house, then period. B, Mr. Lamin is a tall, quiet, handsome man. Mr. Lamin is tall, comma, not only tall, quiet, comma, not only quiet, but also a handsome man. So we can use a comma to separate the adjectives that are used in the statement. C, the wind made the weak, white, oval building along our street. These are also adjectives, weak, white, oval building, but we can use a comma to separate these adjectives in the sentence. Colon. A colon. We use a colon for the following: to separate a list of items from an introductory statement. We use a colon to separate a list of items from an introductory statement. We also use a colon to introduce a quotation from an actual speech or from a book. Example, a set box contains, we have a colon because we are coming to list the items that are found in the set box. A set box contains a pencil, a pair of compasses, a protractor, a ruler, and eraser. So all these can be found in a set box. So we use a colon to list out the things that are supposed to be found in the set box. Again, the days for studying are as follows, because you are coming to list them. So the colon has to be there: Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So you can see all of the above examples that I have mentioned, that we use colons to separate a list of items from an introductory statement. After saying something, you use a colon to introduce what actually you want to bring in, and also to introduce a quotation from an actual speech or from a book. From colon, we now move on to the semicolon. This is another punctuation. Now we say that we use the semicolon to separate related independent clauses that are not formed by a coordinating conjunction. We watched the door. Example, we watched the door, no one came in. Conjunctions are supposed to be used there. as it says, we use the semicolon to separate related independent clauses. These are all two clauses that are put together. But now we are using the semicolon to form a coordinating conjunction. Instead of putting a coordinating conjunction there, we can use the semicolon instead of it. Now we watched the door, semicolon, no one came in. It's the same thing. My tooth hurt, I must have a cavity. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was extremely hot. Mango is a common food item. It is loved by everybody. So you can use a semicolon to put in place of a coordinating conjunction there, so it can serve as a serve also the role of a coordinating conjunction wherein two sentences are brought together. We use the quotation mark of inverted commas. This is another punctuation called quotation mark, otherwise called inverted commas. Now, a quotation marks are used to show that you are quoting someone directly. They are usually introduced in pairs. When you do this, it has to end with this. They are usually introduced in pairs before and after words of direct speech. What we are saying is that these are not your exact words, but you use quotation when you are directly quoting from someone. And when you are quoting, you need not to add any of your words there. As you are quoting directly from someone, you don't need to add or you don't need to also subtract. Example, every student is going to be offered a scholarship. You are quoting, so this sign has to be there and it has to be end with this other sign. So we use quotation marks when we are quoting. Every student is going to be offered a scholarship declared by the president. What we are saying is that this is not a speech from no other person but the president. So when we are quoting, we need to put the two quotation marks there. Again, don't forget to bring your own pens with you. Our teacher ordered. This is not a word from a person but a teacher. It is quoted, so the two signs have to be also there because it is quoted from the teacher. What have you done so far in school? My father asked. This is said by my father, so the two signs have to be there since they are quoted. We will now move to another punctuation mark, which is apostrophe. We use an apostrophe to show that letters have been omitted from contractions. To show that words that are supposed to be contracted, we use the apostrophe to show that they are contracted words, they are shortened words. Example, hasn't. The apostrophe is there to show that the word is supposed to be has not, but because we want to contract the word, we are using hasn't. Again, is not is contracted as isn't with the use of apostrophe. Again, will not is contracted as won't with the use of apostrophe. Again, it is also contracted as it's with the use of what? Apostrophe. So apostrophe is also used when we want to omit some words to form contractions. We use apostrophe to show possession or ownership. Example, my cousin's book. My cousin's book. We are using the apostrophe to show possession, that we are referring to who? My cousin. My cousin is the owner of the book, so it has to carry the apostrophe S. Again, the woman's ride. Who are we talking about? The woman. So we have to do what? Put the apostrophe there for possession. The farmer's wife. The farmer has to also carry the apostrophe S. Fatou's brother, also possessive. It has to carry apostrophe S. The lady's cloth also has to be what? Possessive. We also use apostrophe to show that the first two numbers have been omitted from a year. Like apostrophe 90 to show that it is 1990, to show that certain words are omitted. Apostrophe 90 to show that it is 1990. 80 apostrophe 80 to show that it is 1980. This is to show that certain words or certain numbers are also removed. 80, apostrophe 80 means 1980, and apostrophe 70 means 1970. So we use apostrophe to show that certain numbers or certain words are also omitted. We use apostrophe to form the plural of letters, numbers, and words. Example, how many A's are there in the word canon? To show that there are several A's in the word canon, so we have to put apostrophe S to show the plural form of the A's there. B, how many R's are there in the word referred? The word referred is here, but they're now asking how many R's to show that the plural form of R, that there are not only one R there, but there are several R's in the word referred. Also, we use apostrophe in, she is in, like in the third sentence here, she is in 30s, to show that not only one, but she is in her 30s, meaning it's not the plural form of 30. The next on our list is hyphen. As you can still see, we are still on punctuation marks. A hyphen is used to show the division of a word at the end of a line. Always divide the word between its syllables. Example, Buba says that he dreams of going to Europe. That's the end of our line. You have to come down with the hyphen in between to show that you want to continue, but the space does not allow you to continue whenever he thinks about it. And then you cannot put when dot hyphen ever. These are two different words. That is why divide the two sentences into syllables, deal with the first part, and then bring the other part with the hyphen in between. Not whenever there, with omitting the N to show that the N, the N for the never could supplement for both. That is not the right way of doing it. Again, I did not understand. Understand can be also used in the same way, like you're writing and it did not fit. You have to put not I did not. We use two or more nouns. We use hyphen when two or more nouns are used as adjectives. We use hyphen when two or more nouns are used as adjectives. A one-legged man. One is a noun. Legged, leg is also a noun. But here they are functioning as what? Adjectives. So definitely the hyphen has to be in between them. B, a one-man barn. One as a noun, man as a noun, but here serving as what? An adjective. The hyphen has to be in between. A 5-hour drive. A 5-hour drive, we have 5 as a number and the hour as also time. These are all nouns but serving as adjectives here, so the hyphen needs to be in between. That's not the only use of hyphens, but hyphens are also used to divide a compound word that is written as one word between the words that form the compound. Divide a hyphenated compound word. Example, living room. These are compound words, but we have to use the hyphen in between them. Sister-in-law. Sister-in-law are compound words, but hyphen has to be in between them, the different words that are used. Coat of arm. Coat of arm cannot go without the hyphen. It has to be there. Coat, hyphen, of, hyphen, arm. Again, commander-in-chief. Commander-in-chief, like you want to say commander-in-chief of the armed force. Commander has to end with a hyphen, and also between the in and the chief there is supposed to be a hyphen. Also school child, there is supposed to be hyphenated, because these are all examples of what? Compound words. Also, we use a hyphen to separate compound numbers. When writing compound numbers, those are two or more numbers put together, we need to put a hyphen in between them. 21 is a compound number, so it needs to be hyphenated. 96 is a compound number, it needs to be hyphenated. 52 is a compound number. It needs to be hyphenated. 73 needs to be hyphenated because it is a compound number. So we also use hyphens when separating compound numbers. We also use hyphens after the prefix all, ex, self, co, etc. After these words, after these prefixes, we use hyphen in between them and whatever word that is coming. So all state, like all state needs to be hyphenated. Ex-president needs to be hyphenated. Self-discipline needs to be hyphenated. Co-education needs to be hyphenated. These words cannot be put together, and these words cannot be separated without the hyphen. From hyphens, we now have to move to capital letters. This is another important part, as students or writers always have a problem of what? Capitalization. So stay tuned to understand more about capital letters and their usage. It says capital letters are very important in punctuation, especially as they indicate the beginning of a sentence. They have numerous functions, which include they are not only used at the beginning of a sentence, they are used at the beginning of a sentence with the first word of the sentence must start with a capital letter. That is to say, when you want to start any sentence, the first word must do what? Begin with a capital letter. So example we have, construction works start with a plan. Since this is an idea, that is construction work, it begins with the word construction. The C has to be capital. Construction work start with a plan, so the C has to be capital. If you are writing anything, the beginning of the word, the first letter of that particular word is supposed to be what? Capitalized. Again, the match ended in a defeat for England. This is an idea. This is a statement. So the first word of the sentence must also do what? Begin with a capital letter, that is T, and all the rest can be written in small letters. Capital letters are used for all proper nouns that include specific names of people, specific names of places, etc. So capital letters are used for all proper nouns and proper adjectives such as name of places, persons, and things. Example, they took the car to Banjo. As you can see the statement, the T has to be capital because I told you the first word of the sentence must begin with a capital letter. The first word of the sentence must begin with a capital letter, but Banjul here is a specific name of a place, so definitely all proper nouns are supposed to be what? Capitalized. That is why the Banjul is in red to show you that it has to be capital. C. Nigeria is a big country. Nigeria is a specific name of a country which is also a proper noun. It should begin with capital N, since the word there is Nigeria. Not only that, but we told you that the first word of every sentence must begin with what? A capital letter. So apart from the fact that Nigeria is a proper noun, but also you have to begin with a capital letter since that's the first word of the sentence. D. Gambians are very nice people. Gambians, the name Gambians are people, so which is already a noun. So the G has to be capital. Since it is Gambia is the name of a country, the G has to be capital. So it says Gambians are very nice people. The G is in capital to show you that proper nouns should carry what? The first letter should be G. Yeah. Capital letters are used on the first word of a direct quotation. If you are quoting the first word, remember what we said about quotations, that these are speeches from people that are directly quoted. Now, the first word of every quotation that should be capitalized. That is, he opened the door and called out, "Is anybody there? Is anybody everybody there is the quoted word, so the I for that is should be capitalized. Again, the members of his class all shouted, "Welcome back, Fatou." Welcome back, Fatou is the quoted word, so definitely the welcome, that is the W, has to be capitalized, and then the F, since we said that proper nouns are supposed to carry capital letters, the F has to also follow the same rule. Okay? Capital letters are used for all titles applied to person or group of persons. Example, our president met the Egyptian president. The rule says the beginning of every sentence should be capitalized. That is why the R, the O for the R is capitalized. Now the Egyptian president is a title of a person. So Egyptian should carry the capital and president should also carry capital. Professor Kerr, these are all proper nouns. Professor Kerr, professor there is a title. So Professor Kerr, the Kerr there is a specific name. So the P and the K has to be what capitalized, came to the fair. General Yankuba led the Gambian president to inspect the guard of honor. General is a title, Yankuba is a name, and Gambian president is a title. So general, the G, the Y, the G, and the P are all capitalized. Again, capital letters are used for names of languages, religion, races, and nationalities. Example, I am a Gambian. I am a Gambian. Nationality. The G has to be what? Capitalized. B, Islam and Christianity, which talks about religion, they are supposed to be what? Capitalized. Islam and Christianity, that is why the I and the C are capitalized. Also the I to show that it is the beginning of the sentence and definitely has to be capitalized. Again, black and white, we are talking about what? Race or color. Black and white, the B is capitaled, the G is also capitalized. It says black and white colors are all descendants from Adam. The English and French are both European languages. English also talks about language. English and French, they are all languages and they're supposed to carry what? The capital letter. So English and French are both European language. The E, the F, the E in English, the F in French, and the E in European are all capitalized, which should happen. Not only that, capital letters are used for names of months, days of the week, and holidays. That we're still showing you how capital letters are supposed to be used, and you are supposed to apply them in any write-up. So the president will travel to London on Monday. The T in D is capitalized because it is the beginning of the sentence, but the L and the M talks about the place and it talks about the days also. So the L and the M has to be capitalized as the rule says. Capital letters are supposed to be used for the names of months, days of the week, and holidays. B, winter always starts in December. Winter, which is the season, also has to, the W has to be capitalized, and the D, which talks about a month, should also be capitalized. Also, I will come during the Easter. I will come during the Easter. I, because it is the beginning of the sentence, has to be capitalized, and Easter, which is a holiday, should also be capitalized. So this is the rule that you should follow. We are going to look at the class work first that we will do, and it says punctuate the following statements. Hasn't, remember, these are all that we have done, we have discussed. So it's just a matter of reflecting on what has already been done. Hasn't, they are asking us to punctuate it. Hasn't cannot stand alone there without being punctuated. The word is has not, but it has been contracted to hasn't. So you are now asked to punctuate it. And when you are punctuating it, which punctuation mark do you use there? Has not. Apostrophe. Apostrophe is supposed to be used to contract the word has not. Again, has not will be contracted with the use of apostrophe to hasn't. Again, isn't. The same apostrophe is supposed to be used. The word is not, but contracted to isn't, but the word there isn't complete without the apostrophe. So the apostrophe is the right answer there. Again, won't, as in will not. We want to contract the word will not. Then it gives us won't, but this won't cannot stand as a word. It has no meaning. It has to be contracted with the use of what? Apostrophe again. For it is contracted as its. Apostrophe is going to be used there as a possessive form, as in its. 5. Who took my pen from my bag? This is a question, an interrogative question, and all questions are supposed to carry what? Question mark at the end. Is that man your father? This is also an interrogative statement, and it's supposed to carry what? A question mark, because it is a question. Again, did you see him last night? Is another question. It should carry what? A question mark at the end. Another task in front of us here. And the instruction is saying that we correctly capitalize and punctuate the following statements, asking for two things: capitalize where necessary and punctuate where appropriate. So we're going to start with the first statement here. It says Dakar is the capital of Senegal. The D is already capitalized, so we don't have a problem with it, but Senegal needs to be, there is a problem with Senegal. The S needs to be capitalized since it is a specific name of a place. So the S has to be capitalized, and it should carry a period at the end of the declarative sentence. So the only adjustment we need to do with the first one is to change the small s of Senegal to capital S and put a full stop at the end of it, so that we can have a correct punctuated statement with a correct capitalized statement. We will move on to number 2. Next Monday will mark the end of January. Next Monday will mark the end of January. If you look at the statement, the next one of the steps told us that the first word of the statement should begin with a capital letter. So this capital N is highly wrong here. It has to be capital, this small s is wrong. It has to be capital N, so that the beginning of the statement of any sentence needs to be capitalized. Not only that, name of days need to be capitalized, as we are told in just some minutes back. So Monday needs to be, the M of Monday needs to be capital M, and also the month of the year, that is January, the J has to be in capital letters, so that we can have the N, the M, and the J all in capital letters. We have changed the small letters to the capital letters. That is not all, because the instruction is asking us to also punctuate. This is also a declarative sentence, so it should carry what? A full stop at the end. So when the N is capitalized, the M for Monday is capitalized, and the J for January is capitalized with a full stop at the end. That gives us a very perfect sentence or statement. The third on our list is saying, we requested the following: chalkboard, ruler, and duster. We are told that the first word of the sentence must begin with a capital letter. So definitely this pronoun we, the W, has to change to capital W. And then these are two independent, these are sentences that are listing for us. So when the W is capital, we will have, we requested the following. Since we are listing, there is supposed to be a colon there. Listing, when you are listing, you make use of the colon. So if you say we requested the following with a colon, chalkboard, you need a pause between the board and the ruler. Chalkboard, ruler, and duster, with a full stop at the end, because it is a statement. Again, the fourth one, he came home, ate lunch. This sentence is not correct when it is not punctuated. He came home, ate lunch. He is the beginning of the sentence, and then the H we are told that the first word of the sentence should begin with a capital letter. That is, the first letter of that particular word should begin with a capital letter. So the H should be capitalized. He came home as one independent clause. Ate lunch is another independent clause. So these are two clauses that are brought together, but we can separate them with the use of the semicolon. So he came home, semicolon, ate lunch, full stop. Okay, we will look at number 5 now. The manager hired 3 young ladies. The T as the first letter of the first word, the T has to be capitalized. The manager hired 3 young ladies. We are told that when adjectives and nouns are put together, we are supposed to put a hyphen in between them. So the manager hired 3 young ladies. 3 and young cannot be just read like that. There is supposed to be a mark, punctuation mark in between them, and the punctuation mark there is a hyphen. 3 young, then we have a full stop at the end. So looking at these examples, I hope with the answers we are given, we have cleared your doubt about capitalization and punctuations. We have an assignment for you before taking a leave of you, and the assignment is to write down 5 sentences which can take the following punctuation mark: full stop, comma, and hyphen. You are supposed to make best use of this. You are supposed to create 5 sentences using these punctuation marks. 5 sentences for full stop, for comma, and for hyphens. Try to do them because they will strengthen your understanding about punctuation marks, which will further help you in whatever letter or essay or whatever that you want to write in the future. This takes us to the end of the lesson today. I hope you have really understood what is treated today, that is punctuation marks. As most students, when their write-ups are marked, they tend to score low grades in their essays or in their letters, and most of them have those low marks because of the punctuations, because their works are not properly punctuated. But with this, I believe that your doubts or your understanding of punctuation mark is strengthened, which you will further use in whatever writings that you are doing. Please follow the lessons and stay put at home. Follow the instructions that are put in place. Wash your hands always with clean water. Use sanitizers, and together we can fight the coronavirus. Thank you.
Children and staff of Mary's Little Lamb School are contributing this song to help in the fight and sensitization of coronavirus in the Gambia. Dear children, please listen to doctors' advice and the Ministry of Health to help stop the spread of this virus.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep, quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up, then you're going back. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands. We just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator. Gamcel.
Okay. What's on? ID. Bilang bro, mbata.
Para understand this
Mbale kijana mkunu baraka ya. Jamno yona forest biro. Gambia konko na no Maria biro. Dream point of Pokato.
Parisi kodo kino kato koboro flabe.
56 branches mola so da Gambia da. Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala banko. Kodo ya biro. Kodo sipa company biro konya dina kamenda na kodo kodo ko maro. Jamno number 1 janta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sogal. Wala min ko de mo fana ngali de dadi mani bo de dia. Gambia dawda yala no fa tindol sogal yo.
Wo mo
apere da
ni mo ka ni lafta nyela kendo le bina.
Yala di kan no ko la barka.
Chosano.
Abarka.
Touching eyes, close and man, no, 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 no. Touching eyes, close and man, no, 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 like coronavirus, go away, go away, go away, coronavirus.
With Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
What we have here says a punctuation mark divides one sentence or one part of a sentence from the order to help the reader's eyes. What we are saying is that without the punctuation marks, it becomes highly difficult for someone to read and understand really what a particular write-up is saying, or to control the reading. It helps to control the reading. They also give other signals about our write-ups. In this session, we will explain the uses of the different punctuation marks that we have. You are going to have the opportunity to see the different punctuation marks that we have and their usage in English language. There are different types of punctuation, and we are going to start with a full stop. Full stop is otherwise called a period. Now, a full stop or period is used after a declarative or imperative sentence.
Domoro seneata
Examples
adiata
are below.
topotoro fanan kendema
She
bije.
went to the office
Luntan
is
duri
a declarative
tamala
sentence. She
abeka
went to the
domoro
office.
kijani.
So at the
Adi
end of a
manda wala de.
declarative sentence,
Teka we
we are
bijele
supposed to have
anim
a
fanan
full
ka
stop
fadi jang
there.
ikono e fa.
Example.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yaibaram.
Agada.
Mbijan aganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la.
Ha, code ninja.
Okay. Korsa. Nsila ID soto.
Sa soto. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Mbale.
Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbali ya bere. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato nim fo bolong blabe to.
56 branches mola sota Gambia jang.
Ha?
Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kono kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannam number 1 di nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale le dadi ma ni domorol ni fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ma kum fa kendol sotale di.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
ni wo ka ni lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bu kanyi la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.
When we touch down, bed I broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's so she became mine and see that.
Yara ñilla domoro ka diatel.
Boy, janno sikes restaurant.
Sa nakko be ni na dimbal. Nimba domoro kala janno.
Domoro seneyata adiyata topotoro fanan kendema bije. Luntan during tamala abeka domoro ki janni. Adi manda wala de. Teka we bijele anim fanan ka fadi jang ikono e fa. E ka fa minne ko pastry anim bakery. Iko fanan be kalele. Badde lomba conference lomba workshop lomba ye fo fendin lon dunia kono domoro betama nyillom international to wada number 1
amanke ba domola jandam man
esa domo jang is atariya
wo mu kubandi
sa nakko sa futandi
oto sa nakko be mu CKS restaurant
ndafa nan janna mu yat ni manje do mbijam
aban
CKS restaurant known for best quality food and customer satisfaction.